I know a lot of people make fun of this song, and I can't blame them. It's very dopey, very slow compared to the rest of the OST, but I kinda like it. Anyways, that's the point. Hey everybody, Team Mangimon here, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, we arrived here at long last to Eterna City, and we found out that apparently Team Galactic has set up HQ here. However, we can't really get into their building for the time being, so let's not worry about that important stuff. Let's not worry about what they're up to. Let's worry about getting ourselves a second gym badge, shall we? Because here in Eterna City, we have the Eterna City Pokemon Gym, with apparently the leader being Gardenia, who we met last time, actually. Master of the Vivid Plant Pokemon, which I think means they have a fire-type gym. I don't know, guys. But actually, though, let's get to it, shall we? And this is the first gym that completely changed from Diamond and Pearl going into Platinum. And for the better, if you ask me, because in the original game, it was kind of just a tree maze you would run around and look for trainers in. I'll put like a screenshot on the screen of what it looked like in Diamond and Pearl. However, this time, it has a completely new gimmick to it, which is, I don't know if it's more plant-themed than the other, but it's a lot more pleasant looking, I'll give it that. The gym looks a lot nicer than the original, in my opinion. But more importantly, hey there, how's it going, Champ to be? Actually, that's why you said to some boys zipped in here earlier too. The gym leader Gardenia is used their grass-type Pokemon. It should be obvious, but grass-type Pokemon really hate fire. You're also at a huge advantage to get to flying-type too. Wink, wink. Oh, wait a second, I should tell you about the gym itself first. You can't challenge the gym leader until you beat all the other gym trainers. It's a bit challenging, but just think of it as good training and go for it. Sounds like a plan to me. So yeah, this here is the grass gym, obviously, and the grass-type Pokemon is kind of infamous because they are weak to a lot of types. They're weak to flying, fire, poison, bug, and ice. So there's a good chance at this point in the game you're getting something that's super effective in this gym. And in our case, we caught ourselves, or not really caught ourselves, but we got ourselves a Pokemon last time who's gonna do absolutely fantastic in here, being our Murkrow. So Big Boss is gonna have a grand old time in here. But I do kind of want to get experience still for a Magikarp, so I might be doing some swapping in and out to get shared the experience around. That being said, let's march forth and talk to our first trainer. Welcome, without further ado, let's go! Nice and polite, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, let's do it. Now, when it comes to this gym, its gimmick is a little hard to explain before we actually beat a trainer here, so pardon me for a moment while we take care of some of these trainers here. We got a familiar face, the very cute Cherubi, who unfortunately, even though I'm not too scared of Cherubi itself, we're still a Magikarp, so we're at the bottom of the food chain, so I think we'll switch out to good old Murkrow. And here's Murkrow's first battle. And apparently it dodged the Leech Seed immediately, so it's obviously off to a good side. And just as I mentioned before, or as the guy in the gym opening just said, flying type moves. Okay, I thought my level was 30 for Pokemon to follow me. I guess it's not. Okay, I thought we were good on this, but I guess I can explain this mechanic since you don't see this too often. If your Pokemon are traded from another person and they are not, and you don't have enough gym badges to keep a level quota, they will kind of do this to you. They will sometimes ignore what you want them to do and do whatever they feel like, which is obviously kind of problematic in battle when you want them to do what you want them to do. So, yeah, I thought that our level cap for that was 30 at the current moment with the first gym leader badge obtained, but apparently not. That's going to make this gym a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be, because my plan was kind of just to murder everything with Murkrow. Hence the name, Murder Crow. But it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Worst case scenario, we got Bentley just chilling in the back. He can take care of things if Murkrow decides to be a little silly. But ideally, I would like Murkrow to do a lot of the work here because it's going to do a ton of damage to everything in this gym with Wing Attack. If it wants to listen. Case in point, it went for Haze. That does absolutely nothing in the case of this situation. Alright, great. Come on, Murkrow. Work with me here, buddy. I know you're brand new to the team. I know you don't know me very well. Okay. Murkrow, you're starting to make me a little worried. Murkrow, I'm gonna give you one more chance. Come on. Third time's a charm, as they say. Come on. Okay, that's not really your fault. You know, I can't get mad at you for that. I'll give you one more try. The one thing I know about the grass-type Pokemon is that a lot of them tend to have status moves, like he's just saw Stun Swords paralyzed me, and I don't think we've been paralyzed before, so I guess I can actually talk about that while we're doing this. Paralyze is a pretty nasty status inflicted. It halves your speed, and also makes it so you have a chance of not moving on that turn. It's a really nasty status effect, and honestly, in my opinion, a little bit kind of overtuned. But hey, and as you can see there, that's another bonus mechanic for trading your Pokemon. Your Pokemon will get more experience, like I mentioned last time, so Murkrow got a ton of experience off that. So, a lot of stuff going on in this gym already, but, it should make it exciting at the very least. The gym's floor clock. You can walk on its hands. That's how you get to the next trainer. So, as you can see, this gym's gimmick is that it's not really plant-based, but it has a plant aesthetic. Look at the clock go. Whoa, right past 12. And on to... Wait for it. Wait for it. 3 o'clock. Or, yeah, 3 o'clock, right? I can still use clocks, right? I'm not that much of a rookie kid. You know, I know how to use an analog clock, for sure. That said, though, the good news is that we've been picking up Paralyze Heals this entire time, so we can get rid of this on Murkrow immediately, but, yeah. Expect a lot of status inflictions going into this gym, because Grass-type Pokemon are kind of notorious for having a lot of status moves. My Grass-type Pokemon can dole out some serious special attacks. And once you win, easily. Have a little more faith in in yourself, you know? Maybe you're the person who destroys me, you know? Can always happen. Now the question here will be, does Murkrow feel like winning or not? Because I don't know. I'm not gonna rely on Murkrow solely for this gym, but I would appreciate if Murkrow decided to listen to me. And case in point when I said about the status inflicted things, yeah, lots and lots of Stun Spores. Prepare to see that a lot in this gym. For a water sport, even though I have no fire type moves, it's an interesting move that like halves the damage of fire moves temporarily, but I don't really care about that obviously, so it's whatever. And as long as you're actually hitting the other Pokemon Murkrow, I'll take whatever you want to do. If you want to go for Pursuit, you want to go for Astonish, you want to hit them with your wings, whatever you feel like doing, buddy. Except that, don't get paralyzed. Let's not do that, please. Yeah, as I was talking about before, I really did think that the level cap was 30. I guess it's like 15 or something in this gym. Like, as you have one gym badge, it's going to increase as we get our next gym badge here. So it's not the end of the world. It's just kind of unexpected. I thought Murkrow would be listening to me, but he wants to be a sassy little child. He's in his defiant phase, his rebellious phase, we'll call it. But it's fine. He'll get over it soon. Although, if I'm going to be honest with you, just any Pokemon that we could have at the moment that would not listen to me, I feel like Murkrow's probably the most fitting Pokemon. This Pokemon's like... I can imagine Murkrow being kind of a punk. I think it kind of fits, right? Unfortunately, though, it's making this Badoo last a lot longer than it should. It should already be knocked out here. Murkrow, come on. After this Badoo, I'm going to go back to Bentley, because I thought Murkrow would be listening to me more during this, but clearly not. So, I'm going to give you one more chance, though. Okay, come on. Just take out the Badoo. Just take out the Badoo. It's gonna be just fine. Come on, Murkrow. Just come on. Work with me here. Oh my lord. This is the worst combination of all time. To have a Pokemon that's not listening to you correctly and a paralyzed Pokemon together. This is horrendous, actually. Yes. Thank you. That's all I need to see. As long as you take it out, I don't care. Good. Thank you. Got a nice level for our troubles, even though that was way more trouble than it should have been. And for the rest of this battle, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Murkrow, you've been, I think you can go take a break. I think I'm gonna leave the rest of this to Bentley because, oh my lord. That was rather painful. I'll just put it like that. Thank God I have a starter who's like super high level at this point, or else this actually might be a bit of a dire situation here. And yeah, Stun Spore. A lot of Stun Spore. Plenty of Stun Spore. Now the good news is though that once you beat these trainers, getting back to the Poké Center does not take any time at all because of how the gym is organized compared to the Diamond and Pearl one where it's a giant freaking maze. So you know, not the worst time in the world to get paralyzed, but not appreciated nonetheless. And obviously, if you chose Chinchar as your starter here, you're gonna have a super easy time beating this gym because you're gonna have a Fire-type Pokemon that's pretty strong. So, yeah, not the hardest gym in the world. It just looks a lot more annoying than it is because I have Murkrow, who's just being a stubborn little child. Murkrow. What are we gonna do with you? As long as we get through this gym, though, it'll be fine. Murkrow will start listening to me again, I'm pretty sure, so. It should be okay. Just gotta get through one gym. I think this gym is not that long in terms of trainers. There's only like 3 of them and then Gardenia herself, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, so. We'll get through this. I'm not getting paralyzed on Bentley either. See what happens, Murkrow, when you don't get paralyzed? You see what happens when you choose to knock out the opponent? It works. Kind of crazy how that works out, but it's pretty cool when it does. And the more beautiful flower, the faster it was. That was not fast. Murkrow made that way longer than it had to be. Every time you beat a trainer, the floor clock moves. The timer also stops if I lose. That's how you go to the Focus Center during your challenge. Thank you. That's very, thoughtful. You'd think they wouldn't let you do that on purpose because it's supposed to be a challenge, but I guess Gardenia is just very thoughtful. Look at this. Ooh. We can now go through here. And honestly, I think I'm going to do just that because I want to go heal up my Murkrow and get rid of these paralysis. So I will be right back. Alrighty, and we're back. And unfortunately, as you can see, we can't go this way. However, we can now go to 9 o'clock. Whee! Nice little hop there. You can't win when you're distracted by the lovely aromas of Pokemon. Trust me, I got bigger words to worry about how my Pokemon smell. My Murkrow is being a little bit of a child. He's being a stubborn brat. But because I am so generous and I'm willing to believe in my Pokemon, I'm gonna give Murkrow one more chance in this gym. Come on, Murkrow. More Stunspore. Good God, they freaking love their Stunspores in here. I remember it being kind of bad in here with Stunspore, but not this bad. Alright, come on, Murkrow. Single wing attack, all we ask. Single wing attack, all I ask. The only reason I really want to go into Bentley is because, there you go, yes! There should be a one-shot, right? See, is it that hard, Murkrow? Is it that hard? When you choose to win, you just win. You even get bonus experience for it, for being a brat. Just like your ability to conceal your abundant skill. Trust me, I won by luck, because Murkrow is, I'm at the whim of Murkrow's mercy right now. The 4 o'clock moves, and time flows. There's only one gym leader left. Go on, don't be afraid. I'm more scared of my Murkrow than I'm scared of her, but we'll figure it out. And just like the other side, water fountain, bye-bye. So if you want to go heal at the Pokemon Center, you can. However, I think I got enough items here to just heal myself up here. I don't think I have to run back again. Let's see. Paralyze heal, get rid of that Murkrow, but that's not Murkrow. Freaking game speed moments, and I just assume it's gonna be super fast, but no, I gotta be a little patient. There you go. And with that out of the way, it is time for us to go forth and face the gym leader. You kept me waiting. I'm Trainer Gym Leader Gardenia, the Grass-type master. When I first saw you, I was convinced you'd find your way to me. Well, just right on the money. You have a winning aura about you. So anyway, this will be fun. Let's have our battle. And here we go against our second gym leader, Gardenia. Now, one thing I'm gonna say about Gardenia right off the rip is that, first of all, I like her design a lot, and second of all, she got a Turtwig. That's right, believe it or not, this is a gym leader with a starter Pokemon. Not something you see that often, or really ever in Pokemon? I could be wrong, but this might be the only time it's ever happened in the Pokemon series, which is pretty freaking cool. With that being said, it jumps up over Turtwig, level 20, pure grass type, as we all know, because I had my own Turtwig, with the following moveset. And as you can imagine, Susano is just here to get some experience points. I'm switching out immediately. And we're going to be taking this thing on, ideally with Murkrow. We'll see how cooperative he feels like being, though. Just for a Razor Leaf, we're very familiar with that move ourselves. Obviously, we had a Turtwig of our own, so, you know, it's like fighting our past selves. However, Murkrow decided to listen right away, which means almost a one-shot, because, yeah, like I said, whenever it wants to listen, it does a lot of damage. However, unfortunately, that can happen. Yeah, Turtwig has, Turtwig has Reflect. It's a move that goes up for 5 turns, and it has all physical damage on their side of the field. So my wing attack is not going to be doing nearly as much. I got it twice in a row. Oh my god, Murkrow is actually listening to me. This is incredible. 3 times in a row? Murkrow? Is this the redemption arc? Is this your turnaround? Do you feel sorry about what you were doing before? Is that what's going on here? 4 in a row. Okay, Murkrow. Murkrow. I'm listening. I'm watching you. I'm pleased by what I'm seeing here. More of this, please. Anyways, onto her second Pokemon, Cherrim, another Pokemon we're familiar with. However, I still want my experience on my Magikarp, so, you know, we gotta do this whole process. The good news is, though, is that very soon, actually not, I forgot that I mixed up the name. That's not Cherrim, that's Cherubi, it's Cherrim, the evolution of this Pokemon. Cherrim here, level 20, with the following moveset. Pure Grass type, however, this Pokemon has a unique gimmick, although I don't remember her actually being able to use it in this gym battle, but this Pokemon's pretty unique in the fact that if it's actually what's called a sunny day, it'll actually change form. However, we're not gonna get to see that in this battle, I'm pretty sure. But it's something you mentioned, because you don't see this Pokemon too often, but it's pretty cool. And ow, okay, Murkrow, Reflect is gone. If you want to hit a nice Wing Attack from me right here. Okay, we got 4 in a row, I can't complain. You know, Murkrow's actually listening to us for a while. I can't get too mad about that. He helped out. There goes Big Boss. However, I don't know if that's actually a bad thing because he was fighting back quite a bit with me. So we'll leave the rest of the job up to Bentley. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a Curse turn 1 here. I get a Quick Claw as well, so we're going to get him to go first. We'll raise my attack and defense up because this is not her last Pokemon. She's got 2 more. And I want to make sure my attacks are hitting extra hard for the next Pokemon. Goes for a Grass Knot. That's a pretty unique move, actually. It's a move that does more damage depending how heavy your Pokemon are, which is pretty unique and kind of hard to keep track of if you're, you know, just playing the game normally. Not really a move you see in, I guess, the single-player Pokemon. It's pretty rare, but a pretty cool move nonetheless. And it looks like it's gonna keep going for it. I'm pretty sure Cardinal's kind of heavy though, because you know I'm a big turtle, so it's doing a fair bit of damage, even though I resist it. There we go, and before I knock out this Cherrim, I actually want to heal up a little bit, just because I'm a little worried about her last Pokemon. I'm not gonna spoil what the Pokemon is though, but a little worried about it if I fight it at too low HP. More crossing off for the ropes. And ideally, this bite will not be the thing that knocks it out. Right? Let's see. It's gonna be close. And it's a knockout. Alright, works for me. We got some more experience for our trouble. Susano hits level 19, not bad. And Bentley barely does hit level 23, but that's fine. And here's our final Pokemon, Erase the Hole, Roserade. This is the final form of Badoo and also the Rosellies we've been fighting before. And if you've been paying attention, I mentioned before that this Pokemon is part Poison type, or it can use Poison moves. Which is good against my Grass type Bentley here. It's not the end yet. She's not kidding either, because this Roserade could prove to be quite some problems. However, I do get the Quick Claw, which means I get to go first. Even though I lowered my speed, which is pretty funny. Big damage from Bite. And it actually misses its Stun Spore. Okay, that's pretty good. Goes for a Grass Knot again. Alright. Fair bit of damage. But I do have to be careful not to let Bentley faint here, because even though we're doing okay here, if Bentley faints, I'm left with my Magikarp, and Magikarp is absolutely going to get one-shotted by Grass Knot. Wait, say something? You think you have me cornered? I am explaining my maneuvers of combat, good ma'am of mine. Don't worry about it. I'm also using a Super Potion because I do not want to die here, because if I do, I lose instantly, because Magikarp is not going to survive. Just for another Grass Knot. Maybe this Roserade actually doesn't have a poison move like I thought it did. But like I said before, I don't look at the movesets beforehand, because I think it's more fun just to battle them live on camera and see what ends up happening. Goes for Bite, and there you go! Okay, not a super clean fight. I had to use 2 Super Potions, but we got through it. Well, hits level 23. I wish I could get the experience of Magikarp, but I was a little too scared to switch out. And oh my god, they gave me so much experience. I really wish I switched out, actually. Amazing, you're very good, aren't you? Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I might have said it before, but you're really tough. Was it hard for you to raise your Pokemon to be so good? I have a Magikarp who barely can do anything. I have a Murkrow who's being a rebellious little brat. And I have Bentley, who is the good child. So, a little bit, yes, it was a little bit tricky. I guess as a measure of how much you love your Pokemon. In recognition of that, I proudly grant you this. And we get ourselves the Forest Badge. At long last, 2 badges in the case. With the Forest Badge, your Pokemon can now use the hidden move Cut outside of battle. We have 2 badges. All Pokemon you received in trades will be up to level 30. There's the level 30 I was thinking of. So now that we have this gym badge, Murkrow is actually going to listen to us, which is going to be very appreciated. At least until level 30. I've also got something else. It's a gift for me. And you may be able to guess what this TM is based on what we just battled her with. The TM86 contains the move Grass Knot. It's one of my favorite moves. The heavier the foe, the more damage this move will cause. It's a pretty interesting move. I like it. It's a little inconsistent because, you know, it varies depending on each Pokemon, but it's a fun move. I like it. That said, though, mission complete. We're out of here. A job well done, team. I say to my Magikarp who didn't do anything, my Murkrow who is currently knocked out, and my Grottle who did everything. Okay, he didn't do everything, but he did mostly everything. He took out the Turtwig, my Murkrow, so I can't get too mad at him. He did help out a little bit, at the very least. Heal up the Pokemon. There we go. And as we just got told, we can now use Cut in the outside of battle, which means I think I already told my HM God. Yeah, I did. All right, cool. There you go. As you can see, we have Cut over here now. So now HM God can use its mighty beaver teeth powers to chomp down these trees. HM God, Cut. Hiya! And just like that, we can now enter the Team Galactic enter into the building, which I don't know why you're announcing what building is yours in public. You guys know you guys are, I don't know, you guys are definitely shady. I would not be announcing this in public. But it seems Looker's not around to arrest y'all, so I think you're doing just fine. More importantly though, before we go over there, go cut this down here, and believe it or not, you may have noticed this before when we were checking out the statue, but there is in fact an item back here, TM46 Thief, which is an interesting move. Let's talk about it before we go over to the building, shall we? Thief is an interesting move, which unfortunately doesn't have a ton of use in single player, but it can sometimes pop up and be useful in some situations. It is a 40 power dark type move, which will steal the opponent's item if you do not have an item of your own being currently held. And since we're doing since we have our Murkrow here who has Pursuit, and most trainers are pretty much never going to switch out against us in the single player here, and they have the exact same power of 40, you never know, we could steal some funny items, you never know, it could come in handy. Also, you know, Murkrow's, you know, a crow, and they love stealing things, so, I think it's pretty fitting, personally. And with that being said, all preparations done, the building is now open for us to explore. However, since we spent all that time doing the gym leader, mostly because of Murkrow being a spoiled brat, I think it'd be best for us to tackle on this building in the next episode. Mostly because we got a bit of exploring to do in here. I'm not going to spoil anything, right, of course, but it's a big building, as you can see, and we got to go looking through all of it. So, with that being said, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed me yelling at Murkrow. And in the next episode of Pokemon Platinum, we'll be heading into the Team Galactic building and finding our dang bicycle shop owner, because I want a free bike, dang it. I want him to be in my debt so I get a free bicycle. It's a clever move, I'd say. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.